Did you know? Dolphins and whales can only taste salt. About 50 million years ago, ancestors of whales and dolphins walked on land. As they dove into the ocean, evolution quietly unplugged most of their taste system. Scientists studying cetacean genomes found genes for sweet, sour, bitter, and umami is broken. Basically, everything that makes food interesting is broken. The one taste that still works is salt, thanks to a receptor called ENaC. So when a dolphin gulps down a fish, or a whale slurps krill, it's not savoring flavor the way we do. They rely on texture, temperature, echolocation, and touch to find and pick their meals. This makes sense cause in a salty ocean. A salt detector is kind of all you need. Did you know? Dinosaurs probably didn't roar. That bone-chilling roar in Jurassic Park. Totally a movie remix. Movies give us thunderous roars. Most scientists say real dinosaurs probably didn't roar like big cats. For starters, they lacked mammal-style vocal cords, the kind lions use to bellow. Instead, remember, birds are living dinosaurs. Researchers study birds' syrinx, a little sound box deep in the chest, and birds don't roar. Look to crocodiles, dinosaurs' closest reptile cousins. They rumble and boom, low and leathery, not theatrical roars. So what did dinos sound like? Deep bellows, hisses, growls, coos, or rumbling calls made by air sacs and body resonators. We even found a fossilized syrinx in Vegavis, hinting some species made bird-like honks. Science is cooler than the roar. Did you know? The way you breathe is unique to you. Here's why. Think fingerprints, but for breathing. How fast you breathe, how deep. The rhythm, chest movement, and belly movement are all different for everyone. It's shaped by lung size, airways, posture, fitness, stress, and mood. Your personality and training tweaks the pattern of the breathing. Anxious? You might breathe quick and shallow. Singer or athlete? Slower and more efficient. And yes, scientists can even identify you by it. Researchers have used radar and sensors to recognize people by breath alone. Did you know? Roman soldiers ate garlic before battle. Ancient Romans believed garlic gave troops strength, courage, and protection. Before battle, they'd eat it raw and rub it on their skin. Garlic was a staple for laborers and soldiers. It was cheap, lasted long, and packed nutrients like vitamin B6, manganese, and compound allicin, which has real antibacterial punch. Beyond medicine, the smell and the bite symbolized fire and vitality. So garlic meant stamina and bravery. It wasn't just Rome. Greeks, Egyptian, and medieval knights used it too. So next time someone wrinkles their nose at garlic, remind them, history's toughest fighters swore by it. Did you know? Teeth weren't always tools for chewing. Back over 400 million years ago, ancient fish wore tiny hard bumps called dermal denticles all over their skin. These weren't for chewing, they were armor. They provided traction, helping fish glide through water and fend off predators. Over time, evolution did a neat trick. Some of those skin spikes migrated inward toward the mouth, slowly transformed into the first true teeth. Early jawed fish used them to grab and hold prey. The side-to-side chewing we associate with mammals showed up much later. So next time you smile, remember your chompers started as body armor that got repurposed into tools for eating. Did you know? Trees can hold their breath, literally. Trees breathe through tiny pores on their leaves called stomata, take in CO2, release O2, and let water vapor slip out in a process called transpiration. But when it's hot, dry, or windy, those stomata shut like little windows closing against a storm. No CO2 in and no O2 or water out. It's basically the tree holding its breath to avoid drying out. Some plants do this for hours during a sunny day. In extreme drought, trees might keep stomata closed for days or even weeks, slowing photosynthesis and growth almost to a standstill. That trick helps them survive tough seasons, but if it lasts too long, they can starve for energy because photosynthesis needs CO2. So, next time you walk under a tree, remember, it's not just standing there, it's making tiny decisions to stay alive. Did you know? Many species of ants are edible. Humans have been munching ants for centuries, across Asia, Africa, Australia, and South America. In Thailand and Indonesia, weaver ant eggs go straight into soups and salads, delicate and tangy. In Colombia you'll find roasted leafcutter ants, affectionately called hormigas culonas, smoky, nutty, even baconish. Amazonian lemon ants, they literally taste citrusy thanks to formic acid, little zesty explosions. Black ants pop up in high-end kitchens for a tangy kick chef's love. Nutrition-wise, ants pack a punch, up to 40–50% protein, plus iron, calcium, and zinc, with low fat and calories. That's why they're seen as a sustainable food source. Did you know? Tomatoes taste different on airplanes. At 35,000 feet, your taste buds are on vacation. Why? First, cabin air is super dry, often below 15% humidity, which dries your nose and cuts your sense of smell. That's half the flavor right there. Second, lower air pressure slightly numbs taste buds, muting sweet notes and savory notes. Third, the constant engine hum actually shifts how your brain perceives sweetness and saltiness. Together, these factors can reduce taste by up to about 30%. Tomatoes suffer because they depend on sweet compounds and aromatic compounds, so they taste flat or sour in the air. That's why many airlines adjust recipes. They add extra salt, spices, umami. Lufthansa found people drink way more tomato juice in flight because its savory notes pop up at altitude. Did you know? Hawaii has a reverse waterfall. A waterfall that flows up. Here's the real science. After heavy rain, water pours off steep cliffs. Then the trade winds, really strong, steady winds, hit the cliff face and shove that falling water back up and out. Sometimes the stream just looks like it's flying into mist, or curling like a river on rewind. This happens most often on Oahu, Kauai, and the Big Island, and it usually lasts only a few minutes, so you have to be lucky, or quick with your camera. Similar upward waterfalls pop up in windy spots like Iceland and Australia, but Hawaii's feel extra dramatic thanks to the tropical scenery. Did you know? The creator of Comic Sans only used the font once. In 1994, Vincent Caner was at Microsoft. He designed for a program called Microsoft Bob, a friendlier, kid-focused interface. One character was a cartoon dog named Rover. He used speech bubbles, but Times New Roman felt too stiff. So Caner looked to comic books. The Dark Knight Returns Watchmen. He drew a bubbly, informal face. Comic Sans. Microsoft put it in Windows 95. Plus, Pack and Publisher. Suddenly everyone was using it: school projects, party invites, even official signs. That popularity sparked a backlash from designers who thought it was overused and misapplied. The kicker? Conneray says he's only truly used Comic Sans once for a complaint letter about his broadband. Comic Sans is a tiny piece of design history with a big personality. Did you know? Dinosaur comes from Greek words that mean terrible lizard. Coined in 1842 by the British paleontologist Sir Richard Owen, he combined two Greek words, dinos, meaning terrible, fearfully great or mighty, and sauros, meaning lizard or reptile. So dinosaur literally means terrible lizard. Owen didn't mean terrible as in bad, he meant it as awesome or formidable because of their great size and power. Interestingly, dinosaurs aren't actually lizards. They're a separate group of reptiles that evolved along a different branch of the evolutionary tree. Lizards belong to the order Squamata, while dinosaurs belong to the order Dinosauria. So while the name means terrible lizard, dinosaurs are not true lizards. They just shared some reptilian traits like scaly skin and laying eggs. Did you know? The Earth's shape is constantly changing. Here's why. Earth's crust is made of tectonic plates that slowly move, collide, and slide past each other. They stack up mountains, or they sink to make trenches, and then melted glaciers shuffle huge amounts of water around, nudging the planet's shape and even its spin. When ice retreats, the land springs back. Post-glacial rebound. Scandinavia is still rising by centimeters a year. Parts of Canada are still rising by centimeters a year. Big events like the 2004 Sumatra quake can tweak Earth's axis and nudge the surface by centimeters overnight. So next time you look at a globe, remember, our planet is slowly sculpting itself, and it's not finished yet. Did you know, corn on the cob almost always has an even number of rows? Let's find out why. Corn kernels line up in rows because of how the plant grows. Each row starts from a pair of cells that split symmetrically as the ear forms, so you end up with pairs, and pairs make even numbers. Farmers and plant breeders also favor neat straight rows. Over generations, that selection makes even-numbered rows even more common. Most ears have about 16 rows and roughly 800 kernels total, though counts can range from 8 to 22 rows depending on the variety. Occasionally, a mutation or stress will produce an odd-numbered ear. A little botanical oddity worth pointing out at dinner. So next time you eat corn, remember, science plus farming. Very tidy veggies. Did you know? Emotional crying is uniquely human. Here's why. Emotional tears are special. They're chemically different from reflex tears. Emotional tears carry extra proteins and stress-related hormones. The brain's limbic system lights up prolactin and oxytocin joins the party. and the parasympathetic system helps calm you afterward. Evolution probably turned crying into a social superpower, a visible signal of vulnerability that invites comfort, boosts bonding, and literally helps relieve stress. Babies cry before they can talk. It's one of our first ways to say, "Hey, I need you." And about pets pretending to be teary? Cute, but mostly eye irritation or expression. No solid evidence they shed emotional tears like we do. Like and subscribe for more fun facts.